Good
Good
morning.
afternoon.
Oh, that's right. Oh, it's still morning for West Coast.
We're in that little in-between spot
Yeah.
of limbo.
So you ready to talk about the sun card today?
Oh, yes. That I am.
Creepy babies on horses.
Or somebody creepy that put him on a horse.
Okay, we got the keywords. Success. Our sun card often signifies success and accomplishment. It suggests that your efforts will be rewarded and that you are on the right path. Joy. This card radiates with joy and happiness. It indicates a period of positivity, optimism, and a sense of well-being. Clarity. The sun brings clarity and illumination. It suggests that you have a clear understanding of your situation and that things are becoming more transparent. Vitality. This card is associated with vitality and energy. It signifies a time of good health, high energy levels, and overall well-being. Celebration. The sun card is often linked to celebration and happy occasions. It may suggest that it's time to enjoy life, socialize, and celebrate your achievements. Optimism. The sun card is a symbol of optimism and positive outlook. It encourages you to focus on the bright side of things and maintain a hopeful attitude. Enlightenment. The card represents a moment of spiritual enlightenment and understanding. It suggests that you may gain a new insight or have deeper understanding of situations. Success in relationships. In the context of relationships, the sun card can indicate a period of harmony, joy, and success in partnerships. It may suggest a time of mutual understanding and fulfillment. Confidence. The sun card boosts confidence and self-assurance. It indicates that you have the strength and confidence to overcome challenges. Creativity. This card is often associated with creative inspiration and expression of one's true self. It suggests that you may find joy and fulfillment in creative endeavors.
I definitely agree with that. And I also think it can be a yes card in the Lenormand or in the tarot. It can mean yes. I also think it can mean not standing in your victory like the Six of Wands, but having some sort of revelation that helps you go forward publicly.
Personal triumph.
Mm-hmm. I'm just looking for mine in all of these.
Thanks to everybody who's joined us. We have Miss Moonlight, Scorpio Mama, Soul Alchemy with Indigo Jaguar, Heather. Thanks for coming in. Hypnicity. Out there, do you have anything that the sun represents for you in the chat? So I would say most people like to see a sun card show up in a reading, because it's lighthearted, positive, can signify that confusion is gone and clarity returns. Of course, it all stems from the question that you are answering.
And then, kind of like dovetailing from last week, the absence of the moon by daylight, this, the moon at night, two forms of light, but one has more, well, not more. One's a little bit more imposing on us, even though they could both bring something to light that was a secret. That's why a lot of people have a problem with the moon card, or the moon card gets such a bad reputation as far as, secrets are concerned, when it's so much more than that. I think the sun's a little bit more straightforward. Do you, Tom?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think, like I said, it provides that clarity that things aren't hidden. Yeah,
This is
for me,
this
it's
is my sun. This is the Monster Tarot. I don't know if you've seen this deck. I think it's Joanne Nelson. No, wait a minute. Joanna Nelson. Yeah, I said Joanne, but yeah.
Heather says for her it's confirmation and a blessing card. Miss Moonlight, it doesn't suck to see a sun card. True dat.
Yeah, it's one of those that just seems to have a positive connotation. I mean, I don't think of it, although maybe if it were reversed, maybe humiliation. I don't know. But even then, I don't think most readers read it that way. I think they might read it as something that had come to light already, or maybe not even something that is humiliating. Sometimes the Hermit reversed is humiliation too. Well, I read it that way. I don't know what you guys think, but
Or self imprisonment for the hermit.
As a result of humiliation,
Yeah.
or for some other reason.
So our keywords for the reverse sun is temporary setbacks, lack of clarity, pessimism, energy drain, delayed celebrations, inner turmoil, spiritual disconnection, challenges in relationships, doubt, and insecurity. So those are the less positive meanings when it's reversed.
So yeah, for some reason I never really knew about a lot of those, like the inner turmoil part. That one I wouldn't have figured. I guess spiritual disconnection makes sense, but lack of clarity, yeah, that would make sense. Energy drain, huh? Yeah, that one I've seen, but it wouldn't have dawned on me. No pun intended.
Well, just figure being outside all day in the fresh air and sunbathing or whatever can take a lot out of you.
Yeah, a lot of hydration,
Mm,
a lot of energy.
yeah. So we could add need to hydrate to this. Sip, sip. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the minor arcana. If I'm going to do aces, twos, threes, or do a suit at a time. That would make a whole month of Sundays for one similar card to each suit. Of course, each suit has different meanings. I definitely want to spend. Oh, I like that sun. Like the dandelion down.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Uh, for the court cards, I especially want to take time because I think a lot of people have difficulty interpreting court cards, and I want to come at it as the Myers-Briggs personality index types. Um, so first of all, we'll probably have a little workshop to prepare and figure out your Myers-Briggs personality index and figure out which court card um, you align with most. And then as I present the court cards, it will be um, maybe heavily based on those archetypes. Yeah, Heather, when you practice with the cards, you definitely um, get better quicker. Um, I've I found that reading often, it's exercising that muscle of memory recall and other intuitions that you have. Let's see. And then we've got one last one, creative blockage. They only give you 200 characters to put on these banners. So
That's interesting because with the creative blockage, I think of yellow and I think of the yellow chakra, which is what we do. So that chakra, it makes a lot of sense that it be a creative blockage. That's interesting. Whereas the sacral is what we feel, the red is what we are, the heart is what we feel or how we feel. The what we say here. So yeah, that's definitely one I think that goes underutilized in the readings. The creative lack of creative ability, not ability, but shortfall or something.
no, no impetus to continue at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Just
And that can mean a lot of things. I mean, that can definitely mean a lot of negativity, like a lot of things you can't do. It doesn't just have to be with your art, it can be with a lot of things. So I find that a very, very important meaning to that card because there are so few that I think of it as positive. So when I have a negative of it, I'm into it because like it didn't dawn on me. So I'm glad that we're covering it.
well, maybe a reverse sun would stifle imagination.
Yes. Yep.
Since a lot of those creative processes do involve imagination.
Yep. Yep. And the cards leading up to it too. Some of them talk a little bit about imagination and all that. Not all of them, but the cycles that you go through to get there.
Jeffrey, if you're talking about this series, there is a playlist on the channel that you can catch up at any time and fill your journal with the insights that you get. Let's So our symbolism, the sun itself is a big symbol on the card because that's what we're talking about. It symbolizes life, vitality, and enlightenment. It's the source of warmth, energy, and positivity, representing clarity and illumination. Why do we have the naked child riding a white horse? In many of the tarot decks, you'll find this child riding a white horse. The symbol symbolizes purity, innocence, and freedom of spirit. The child's openness and joy reflect a carefree and liberated state. Sunflowers are often featured on the sun card. The vibrant flowers turn towards the sun, symbolizing growth, vitality, and positive attitude. They represent the ideas of embracing the light and flourishing. Sometimes there's a wall or garden. This could signify a protected and harmonious space, a boundary between conscious and unconscious, or a representation of the Garden of Eden from a more spiritual perspective. The red banner represents passion, energy, and life force. It signifies the dynamic and powerful nature of the sun's energy. Walls breaking down. In some of the decks, you may find images of walls breaking down, symbolizing breaking free from constraints, barriers, and limitations. It represents a release of energy and the removal of obstacles. Happy faces. Figures on the cards, whether human or symbolic, are often depicted smiling or with a happy face. This reflects the overall positive and joyful nature of the card. Yin and Yang. Some versions feature the yin and yang symbol, representing balance and harmony. It suggests unity of opposites and integration of dualities. The sun's rays symbolize divine illumination, clarity, and enlightenment. The rays also represent positive influence and energy that the sun brings. And the walled garden or enclosed space symbolizes a safe, protected environment where joy can grow and thrive. Have you seen any other symbologies that are common that I've missed?
I don't. What about you out there?
That'll be good, Heather. You can bring your own spin to it because people learn differently. Some are visual learners, some are auditory learners, some are hands-on learners. I've yet to find a tactile way to represent through the tube of the U's. But maybe someday I'll ask you to get some Play-Doh or clay and sculpt something during story time. So our numerology is pretty simple. We add our 1 and 9, get 10. The 1 and the 0 from the 10 gets 1. And the things associated with number 1 in numerology: independence, new beginnings, unity, leadership, self-expression, positive energy.
Wonder if that can be innocence too.
I, I would say that innocence is sort of like the fool.
Because I can't think of a tarot card that comes to mind that has that meaning off the bat. But when something is new and it's a one, it seems like a fresh start. Although, I guess it doesn't have to be. But I would say innocence, I would add to that. Yeah.
Our astrological zodiac symbol is Leo. Again, we have that, like with our strength card, and this is a year of strength. We've got that infinity symbol, as long as our sun continues to burn, the planet will be here, hopefully, unless we spin out of control. Our planetary association itself. So, not typically considered a planet, but it being the center of our solar system, it's one of the key figures in our sun-centric model of the universe. It used to be an Earth-centric model, and now science and things that have been able to get off the planet, have proven that the Earth isn't flat. Although I have some friends that still think that. Also, one of the same friends that thinks that I'm playing with the devil. But it's just part of their makeup and their character. So I try not to speak tarot around her.
You should teach a Wiccan class. I'd come to it. I'd pay for that from Thomas.
I haven't delved into that yet. I've come into some of the symbology from doing these things. And does everybody have their tools handy? Their journal, pen, paper,
I'm gonna get it, Mom.
Colored pencils. Our story is shorter today.
Okay. All right.
And we'll be muted while this plays.
In a realm where magic danced in the air and every dawn brought the promise of enchantment, there lived a young mage named Lyra. She possessed a natural affinity for the mystical arts and was known for her ability to see beyond the veil that separated the mundane from the extraordinary. One day, while exploring the dusty shelves of an ancient library, Lyra stumbled upon a weathered book that spoke of a legendary deck of tarot cards. The 19th card, the Sun, captured her attention with its radiant imagery and the promise of boundless positivity. Intrigued, Lyra decided to embark on a quest to seek out this mystical card. Guided by the whispers of the wind and the glow of her magical compass, Lyra ventured into the heart of the enchanted woods. The forest, dense with ancient trees and hidden wonders, seemed to come alive as she stepped deeper into its embrace. As Lyra weaved her way through the labyrinthine paths, she encountered mythical creatures that had long eluded the sight of mortals. Fairies flitted among the blossoms, their laughter like tinkling bells, and wise old owls perched on branches, sharing ancient tales of the tarot's magic. In a hidden glade bathed in dappled sunlight, Lyra encountered a mysterious figure cloaked in starlight. It was Selene, the moon oracle, who sensed Lyra's quest and spoke of the significance of the Sun card. To find the Sun, you must embrace the light within, dispel the shadows that linger, and let your heart be your guide, Selene advised before fading into the moonlit mist. Lyra, fueled by determination and guided by Selene's wisdom, pressed on. Her path led her to a majestic waterfall cascading down a crystal cliff. At the waterfall's base, a vibrant phoenix awaited, its feathers ablaze with the hues of a sunrise. The phoenix, named Ember, offered to accompany Lyra on her quest, sensing the purity of her intentions. Together, they faced trials and puzzles woven into the fabric of the enchanted woods. Each challenge revealed a deeper layer of Lyra's inner strength and illuminated the path to the sun card. Ember's fiery wings and Lyra's magical prowess blended seamlessly, creating an unstoppable force against the shadows that attempted to hinder their progress. One moonlit night, beneath the ancient boughs of the verdant grove, they discovered a celestial temple adorned with symbols of the tarot. At the heart of the temple, a pedestal awaited the placement of the sun card. Lyra, with a heart full of courage and a spirit ablaze with determination, drew the card from her deck and placed it on the pedestal. The temple resonated with energy as the sun card merged with Lyra. A burst of light emanated from her, casting away the darkness that clung to the temple walls. The celestial voices sang a chorus of triumph, and Lyra felt the warmth of enlightenment coursing through her veins. As she emerged from the temple, radiant and transformed, she found herself back in the heart of the enchanted woods. The once hidden wonders now seemed to shimmer with newfound brilliance, mirroring the glow within her soul. Lyra returned to her village as a bearer of the sun card's light. The villagers, once oblivious to the magical realm around them, now marveled at the enchantments that unfolded before their eyes. The very air hummed with positivity, and Lyra, now a wise enchantress, became a beacon of inspiration for all. The tale of Lyra and the sun card echoed through the ages, a story whispered around hearths and shared under starlit skies. It inspired generations to embrace their inner light, dispel shadows with courage, and embark on quests of self-discovery. And so, the enchanted woods thrived, its magic intertwining with the magic within every heart that dared to believe in the transformative power of the sun card. The story became a timeless ode to the boundless potential that lay within each seeker, waiting to be illuminated by the radiant energies of joy, success, and enlightenment.
And that was our story to meditate on today while we did our creative work. I can still see the creative effort going on in Jeff. It was a shorter story this week, so
I noticed. All right, I'm all set. I could keep going, but I'll stop. That was if I meant to stop, I meant to stop. My guides who are communicating with other people's guides are being told to stop. No, my guides are being told to stop by other people's guides around me.
So, do you want to share or?
Brought to light, but nothing shed light. I couldn't deceive myself, denying what I had to process at close sight. Blindingly moving along for years, seeking retribution or rebirth. Life made me doubt which could come first. Until the sun reset, I guess I'll get another day to rehearse. That's all I got.
That's more than enough. I didn't do anything. As usual, I did mine as I was putting the program together.
One thing I picked up from that I didn't know, I think we talked about a little bit, was that rebirth or resurrection or that angle to the sun. Do you see it in that way, Tom, at all?
Again, would you?
Rebirth or resurrection or like
Well, yeah, as the seasons change, going from winter into spring, warming the earth and germinating the seeds, letting the perennial flowers and shrubs reemerge from their dormancy. So
that's an
yeah,
important one, I think.
yeah, definitely. Um, they're asking about Michelle. Michelle's unpacking her new apartment. She has been tired from a week's worth of all out effort, and she wants to make her house nice and cozy. I don't blame her for that.
Where's the other one? Where's Hershe?
Hershey needed some mental health time.
Okay.
Um, she
She's been
was
everywhere.
very, very busy all week. Her guides and her work kept her up many nights in a row. So um,
That
she needed
happens.
that mental health time.
Did, yeah.
But they get to see us, Jeff.
I know, huh?
Well, I know we're not as pretty as Hershey and Michelle.
Hmm. And Hershe's usually the life of this party, right, everybody?
She is.
Yeah.
She's got that dictionary from Bill Butler, which really has had some amazing information in it. Enlightening. So, does anybody else have any questions or want to bring up anything about our sun card? It was kind of short and sweet this week. Hello, Fatima and Tom at Early Ritual. So, if anybody wants to subscribe to Jeff, a link is in the description. I'll make sure that it works. Hershey and my contact is in there. And Jeff, do you have links to the items on Amazon for Some Good Writ and your other book?
Yes, and if I don't, I'll put them on there. I'll put them on the front page. Yeah, I think they're on the about maybe, but I don't know where. But I can move them. Can I move them to
I
someplace
don't.
more forward?
In your about, yeah, you can rearrange that at any time.
Okay.
Um, but when you get to them, just send me the links, and I'll put it
Okay.
in my copy and paste links, so we always have them.
Okay.
And is it are you trending this week in poetry or Kindle or anything like that?
No. I um I have the manuscript for the third book done. So as I said, I do have the other one where I'm going to write 78 poems on each card. I'm about 10, excuse me, 10 through that one too. But if you guys even go and read at Kindle, even if you don't, well, I think you have to have a Kindle subscription. That helps my numbers there, and it helps my publisher, even though it's print on demand, get off my back, even for a little while. And it helps me to clear up, put more money into things like copywriters that can actually fix little errors I don't see, because I can only go through a book or comb through it 3 times. And then by that point, I'm like done. I'm like, this is the end of it. I've rewritten it. If the syntax or the grammar is off, give me my copywriter. But the problem with, it's not really a problem now, but everybody is a writer, not a reader. So, and I don't mean a tarot reader, I mean just like a poetry reader or any type of book. There are things that some people use on here that are, I want to say, I don't know what the name of this one is, but Denise Siegel, who's a writer on here, uses, or a reader on here and a writer, uses Substack, and Substack subscriptions for her members go toward what she's writing. So I'm thinking, given that I can write on demand, it might be better for people who are in this community with whatever I want to write or whatever I'm getting for hits to go that way. So I'm thinking of changing the model maybe for the third book, especially when it's about tarot, or the fourth book rather, to that. But as far as the other three go, I mean, nothing really. I mean, they're so old now. I don't know if that's why, but anytime like someone reads a page from that book, it's like 3 cents on the dollar we get. So, well, no, it's a penny for every three pages read or something. So, but the rank is up, as Tom said, so that helps me trend and have visibility. So anybody that can do it, it can be hard to be asked to give or buy or even spend time, because we're all so busy. If you go over there and check it out, buy the book, buy the Kindle, that helps a great deal.
And it is important to support the artists. Purchase authentic decks if you can. I'm not gonna say I haven't done bootleg, because I am on a budget, and I will do everything to promote the original authors when I can.
Or you can get them at lower cost, but that doesn't benefit me. I've seen them used. I'm like, why would anybody, given the very few numbers I pull in, why would you want to try to sell mine used? But they do, but it doesn't benefit me at that point. So
Right. It's the first sale.
And the really, in all honesty, you guys, the other thing I want to do is the gift, the Amazon gift, the wish list. I'm gonna probably set one of those up too. I have stuff from years ago I wanted that I might still want, but every now and then that would be an awesome surprise, just like Hershe and Tom, or Hershe has, where she gets something. Tom, do you have a wish list?
I do.
Okay, so I'm gonna do
I've
that.
gotten several things from viewers, and very blessed when I get things. It doesn't. You don't have to keep sending and sending and sending.
And this
The
is
channel
the infomercial telethon part of the show.
Yeah, well, the channelversary birthday, I was just staggered by the amount of things that showed up. The decks and um, books and reference materials for me. So I do appreciate that, and it you'll see it, and it'll benefit the channel. Um, Monetary donations are being saved for a microphone because I think I sound kind of tinny or echoey because the the room is all tile. There's not a lot of soft furnishings other than the bed to absorb sound.
Early Ritual says the Sun card is one of my least favorite cards in the Rider-Waite-Smith.
Well, I could see that knowing um, his personality. Um, you know, he's a little more thoughtful. He doesn't like to. He doesn't like obvious. He wants to delve deeper.
Or the appearance of obvious, because I think in a couple instances we showed where it's not so obvious.
Yeah.
Like the doubt, the doubtfulness. I mean, the doubt we have, things like that. But yeah, it is one of the less, I guess, interesting cards from a standpoint of exploring. Yeah, yes, I would agree with that.
I don't know that I'm gonna have too many mic drop moments. I better get a very sturdy stand. So thank you, Jeff, and thank you, chatters, for being here. And we will see you next Sunday. And you're invited back if you're available next Sunday, Jeff.
Thank you, as always.
And we'll probably have Michelle and Hershe back next week. Remember, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and go out and make it a great day. Bye, everyone.